Today is one of those days where I'm just really in the mood to do some serious terraforming in my world. Right here, on this rugged hillside, I want to make the terrain look a little more rocky, weathered, and natural. I'm planning to carve out a few perfect, cozy tiers where I can build some more of those detailed hobbit homes in the future. But while I'm placing these stone blocks and texturing the cliffs, I'm going to read some wild stories that have been emailed in by you guys. Seriously, thanks as always to everybody who took the time to write in. We have a lot of crazy drama to get through today, so let's just dive right into the first subscriber story. The title of this one is, Am I the asshole for confronting my mentor about her talking behind my back, which ultimately led to her quitting her job? Our subscriber writes, I'm an 18-year-old female, and until recently, I worked at a cozy, high-end local bakery and cafe. I started working there when I was just 14, washing dishes and prepping ingredients, so I've been there for almost 4 years. For about the last year and a half, I worked my way up to becoming the evening shift supervisor. During my time there, I worked alongside someone I basically considered family. I'll call her Clara. Clara is 44 years old. I've known her since I was 12 because I grew up being absolute best friends with her 3 daughters. I was constantly over at her house, went on family road trips with them, and was extremely close with her entire household. Clara always felt like a second mom to me, especially since she practically watched me grow up. Well, about a year and a half ago, the bakery owners decided to expand our hours and promote me to the evening manager position. Clara was visibly unhappy about it. She had been working at the bakery a couple of years longer than me, and obviously, since she's much older, she felt like she automatically deserved the management spot over a teenager. I completely understood where her frustration was coming from, but I didn't want it to affect our personal relationship. I tried my absolute best to ignore the passive-aggressive tension and just focus on doing a good job. Fast forward a few months, and the atmosphere started getting really toxic. I started hearing rumors from the other staff members, mostly local high schoolers who I was now responsible for managing, that Clara was viciously talking behind my back. At first, I flat out refused to believe it. I thought, there's no way. Clara practically raised me. She wouldn't do that. But over time, her daily behavior started perfectly matching the rumors I was hearing. It was constant snide comments during shift handovers, weird attitudes when I gave standard instructions, and heavy sighs whenever I walked into the kitchen. Eventually, I couldn't take the anxiety anymore. I decided to send her a very respectful, private message on Snapchat, asking if everything was okay between us and if she actually had an issue with my management. I wasn't rude or confrontational at all. I was genuinely trying to give her a chance to clear the air so we could go back to normal. Instead of handling it maturely, she completely blew up at me. I stayed completely calm and respectful in my replies because, at the end of the day, she was the adult, and she was someone I loved and respected deeply. But the real nightmare started the next day. We worked the evening shift together, and I was the manager in charge. From the exact moment Clara clocked in, she made my life a living hell. She kept muttering insults under her breath, openly yelled at me in front of customers multiple times, and even cussed at me when I asked her to help with the closing prep. I kept my composure, refusing to stoop to her level. About 2 hours into the shift, she cussed me out one final time, stormed into the back break room, slammed the heavy door so hard the pans rattled, gathered her things, and just walked out, abandoning her shift. I called the store manager, panicking and crying, because I didn't know how to handle the sudden understaffing. Later, I found out Clara had blocked me on every single social media platform. A few days later, the big boss brought us both outside the cafe to have a sit-down talk. Clara immediately lied to his face, telling him that I had sent her a quote, dirty, nasty, and threatening message. Fortunately for me, my boss had already seen the actual messages and knew I was polite, so her lie fell flat. Still, nothing got resolved because she refused to accountability. Shortly after, I heard from another teenage coworker that Clara was trying to badmouth me to him during the morning shift. I was so exhausted that I told him, tell her if she has a real problem with my age or my position, she can say it to my face. That caused Clara to unblock my number just to send me a massive paragraph cursing me out. That was the final straw, so I blocked her back. Right after that, she officially quit the bakery. We haven't spoken since, and the worst part is, I barely get to see her daughters now because of all this petty drama she created. I never yelled, I never cursed, and I never disrespected her. She was the adult in this situation, and she chose to involve teenagers and blow up her career over a bruised ego. But because we have the receipts, I'm going to put the screenshots of that initial conversation on the screen right now, and I'll read them aloud for the audio-only listeners so you can see just how nasty I was. Subscriber: Hey Clara, this isn't me trying to start anything or come at you sideways, but over the past few months, a few of the shift kids have told me that you've been bashing me about my position as evening manager. They said you're telling people I'm not a real supervisor, which is probably why some of the new staff don't respect my instructions. But I am the official lead manager after Marcus and Chloe, and I haven't worked my butt off at this cafe these past few years just to be completely discredited. I'm just not sure why there is an issue between us. We all work hard, and I just want everyone to be a team and work together, not against each other, because I view everyone here as equals. You know I love you like a second mom. It's just really hurting my feelings because I feel like I genuinely earned this promotion, and I want you to talk to me directly if there's a problem. I'm not mad at all, and I promise I'm not trying to sound snappy. I just want to clear the air. Here is what Clara wrote back. Clara, not sure who's saying all that or where this is coming from. I don't really care. I'm so sick of the drama in this bakery, and I'm actively looking for a new job anyway. Ever since I started here, it's been nonstop he said, she said bullshit. I haven't said any of the crap I'm being accused of, and trust me, I'm very vocal when I actually have an issue. I'm done with the high school drama. No one seems to have the actual balls to address anything with me directly. They all talk behind my back anyway. And if it's someone on the morning shift, none of them even speak to me when I am here. Haven't even worked with half of them in over a month till today, and it's down to the point where they're cracking jokes about me abandoning the prep station. So there's that. Not entertaining drama anymore. Don't have an issue cutting anyone off either. I'm so sick of it. The subscriber instantly replied to that text wall. Subscriber: I understand, Clara. I don't want any drama either. It just really hurt my feelings because I thought we were so close outside of work. I just wasn't sure what to think anymore. And this was Clara's final, chaotic response. Clara, like I said, no one has even asked me about management or who's in charge, so not sure what the hell, but over it either way. My daughter Lily and I are both been putting in applications everywhere, and all because of this toxic drama. It ain't worth what they pay us anyway. I literally dread walking into this bakery, a job I used to absolutely love, all over people running their mouths. And it's mostly adults doing it, so it's sad and uncalled for. I'm just over it. Our subscriber wrapped up her email by saying, I just wrote back, I understand, and left it at that. But honestly, the complete lack of punctuation or any basic syntax in those messages from a 44-year-old woman was driving me crazy. It was so hard to read. But yeah, her behavior was wild. Blowing up over Snapchat at an 18-year-old she claims to love like a daughter? It's just an incredibly embarrassing look for her. Part of me still wonders if I should have just kept my mouth shut for the sake of peace and to keep my relationship with her kids. My verdict: the final pieces fall into place. All right, let's step away from the bakery drama for a second. Look at this hillside now. The rocky cliffside is finally coming together, and I've successfully carved out 3 distinct, beautiful ledges. I'm thinking of placing the first new Hobbit home right here on the middle tier, framed by some stone bricks and oak leaves. It looks incredibly cozy, a total contrast to the absolute chaos of that story. Now, as for my final thoughts on this situation, do not spend a single second feeling guilty. You did not break up that family dynamic. Clara's fragile ego did. It is a classic case of an older adult being unable to handle a younger person, especially someone they used to view as a child, becoming their boss. She got caught red-handed spreading rumors to teenagers, and instead of apologizing like an adult, she threw a massive, unhinged tantrum, abandoned her job, and burned down a lifelong bridge. It is incredibly sad that she is restricting your access to her daughters, but true friends will eventually see through their mother's projection. You handled yourself with absolute grace, maturity, and professional poise. Keep rocking that manager position at the bakery and never dim your light just to make insecure people comfortable. All right, guys, that completely wraps up our first major story for today, and the foundation for our future Hobbit village is officially laid out. We still have a couple more wild emails to get through, including a highly questionable revenge cheating cycle and a disastrous Tinder date who lied about his gaming skills. So, Let's grab some more cobblestone, expand this cave system, and move right along to the next subscriber story.